Hey everybody, welcome back. Big Sky Farms at Westbridge Hills. We are starting our third year, getting some things going here on the dairy. We've got the cows, they are doing very well. Let's take a quick look at them. We have 3 barns. We have 300 in each barn for a total of 900 cows. Everybody is healthy. We've got a lot of milk production going on. Everybody's got straw. We're getting down there on feed on all 3 stalls, all 3 pens. Our slurry is up in all 3 pens, so we're good to go there. Animals are looking great. It is the first week of April, and we are going to do some seeding. So we got a couple of things to get lined up there before we get too deep into this. So let's go ahead and head back to the farm, and I will see you all at the yard. All right, everybody coming back here. We're driving in the ditch. Met a crazy driver there, forced us off the road. We'll have to look into that a little bit more. So we are pulling into the yard here, the main yard down by the shop, and we have on the back of our flatbed about 240 bushels of seed corn. We're going to be getting that rolling here. Planter is finished up. It is repaired and ready to go. We are going to pull it with the 1050. You can just see the nose over there behind the bin. But before we get to hooking up the planter and pulling out the planter and getting it ready to go, filled with seed and all that, we do have a couple of things to look at. So this is the first thing we're going to get going, guys. You'll remember from last fall we demoed this. The dealer, this was their first one they got, so they wanted to come out and figure out how to use it themselves. We let them do that on this piece, and for doing that, as a thanks, we did get to run it a little bit ourselves down on the grass ground. However, we did rent it back from them this spring, and we're going to let this guy go to work, and he is going to eventually be running auto drive and course play. We're just going to let this hired worker haul all of this slurry out here and get this field finished up with some slurry there. So we did put a little bit down with the pull type wagon that we have, but we just wanted to get a little bit of this plowing action in here and get it incorporated good into the soil. We want to see that all across the field as kind of a test. So. All right, and the second thing, guys, that we have going on out here is we have the co-op out taking care of some pre-burn down for us on this corn ground. This is where we will be putting in the corn. We're a little short-handed on help this spring, so we opted to sell our pull-type sprayer and use those proceeds to hire the co-op, come out and do a little bit of spraying for us. So timing worked out. It will be okay there. Then we've still got our guy going here. All right, guys, and up here, the co-op is also getting rolling for us on spreading some fertilizer on the grass acres. And then he will get moved over to the corn stubble that we have left over there. We'll probably put some sunflowers in there, but he'll get moved over there and spread over there for us. So kind of an expensive day for us on the farm with the co-op coming out to help us out with a lot of stuff. But that is sometimes how it goes through the course of the day. So let's get our fence hooked up here and ready to go. And once we got the planter hooked up and filled, we will go ahead and head out to the field. All right, we were just getting hooked up, getting the planter folded back up. Now I know what you guys are going to say. This big 1050 is a little bit of overkill for this small planter. However, the only other thing we had was a 200 horse fence, and that is just not quite enough. So this is the tractor that we have, so this is the one that we will use. So let's get filled up here. Hopefully we clear the trailer. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and get the planter filled up. You can see throwing some bags there, and we'll let you know when we're full. All right, hefting these bags up there is a lot of work. Would have been a little bit different story if we'd have been able to keep the seed tender. We'll have to contemplate those for a future episode. So I'll just continue throwing bags here, and you guys can just sit back and enjoy. All right, so we have got all of our corn seed for our first fill loaded up. We will now head out to the field, and I think we're going to go ahead and go up on these short rows up on this end of the field here, and we'll get started there. All right, coming back live here, and we've got our GPS mark set. We have got our planter filled up, tractor's ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and plant a little bit of corn here. This will eventually be cow chow for us. So we've got a nice big headland here. We are going to have to adjust some speeds there, I can see. We did not have our correct cruise control set, so we did end up going a little quicker than we wanted to there. But we will. Don't need to put the planter in the ground just yet. So we're going to go ahead, see if we can get this lined up just a little better here. And now we've just wrecked everything. Coming out of that first corner there, we have our cruise control on our tractor set just a little bit fast. So we're going to want to slow that down just a little bit here. We want to be right in that 10-mile-an-hour range there. We look off into the distance here a little bit. Looks like that co-op sprayer might be just there down the hill. But he is chugging along, getting these weeds taken care of for us, which we are greatly appreciative of. Since we have this large headland here, this grassy area, we're just going to use that to make our corner. When we get down there to some road areas, we'll get a few things maybe turning in the field. But for right now, we're just going to take advantage of this big grassy area to turn around in. So we've got our 1050, and this, I believe, is our Kinsey 3665 planter. 16 rows, if I'm not mistaken, should be about 40 feet wide. Covers a fair bit of ground for us fairly quickly. So we will get these short rows kind of taken care of here to start. And I do like these 40-foot planters with regards to turning on the ends. Makes a nice arc for us to turn. We don't have to turn too sharp to get back into that row. You can definitely tell a difference from those 30-foot planters, those 12 rows. So it's a little bit easier here. Looks like we are going to leave just a little bit of ground along this edge that's not maybe going to get planted, because we don't want to be dragging our planter through the grass here and planting just those couple of rows on the end. I am okay sacrificing that little bit of dirt to not have to drag this planter through the grass and jam up all of the stuff that could be going on within. So we've got another big area here that we can turn around in, so we're just going to go ahead and use it. And we'll drop into the ground. And there we go. You can hear that fent working there just a little bit. This is a steeper hill than it looks. Out the window there is the co-op. They're doing a great job spraying, which we really, really appreciate. And you can see these weeds are dying out. They die right away. Must be using a real potent batch of chemical there. So, but everything seems to be working good. We will catch up again with you guys when we have these short rows taken care of. We're going to catch up with you guys then. Okay, here we are, folks. We have finished up the short rows on the other end, and we are started on these long rows. That took us a little bit longer than we had hoped on those short rows, namely because we had to jump over and visit with the sprayer guy as he was finishing up, and we had to help get the fertilizer buggy shuttled over and show them the other fields. So the spray guy headed home or back to the co-op or off to the next job, whatever they do, and the fertilizer spreader is still over on the other field, just working his way there. So that is what we've got going on here so far, and as you can see, our slurry spreader is spreading some slurry like crazy over there. What I was noticing on our map, if I can pull it up. So what we've got going here, guys, is we've added field 12 over here. We didn't really do anything with it last season, but we've got it available to us, and we're going to see if we can get that slurry spreader rolling over there on that. We've got a lot of slurry between the 4 tanks down there at the dairy, so we're going to try to get him to spread some of that. But for right now, you can sit back and enjoy some music while we continue on planting away with this corn. So we'll get you guys started with that.
like I forgot to unmute the microphone here. So the rest of this is going to be a little bit of a montage, time-lapse mix, should we say. We cruise over here, back to the farmyard, we fill up with seed, head back out, get some more seeding done, and then at the very end of the episode, we finish up with that slurry application. Thanks for watching.